Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Oh, what's up?
What's up? We back. We back. We back. It's Dr. Tab and Mr. Fluent. Your favorite op is back and he is ready. So
Oh yeah.
today we are talking the drama. Who's the after feedback? You?
We good?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not getting any feedback now. So today we are back with your favorite show, Lyrical Therapy. And today we are talking the drama. Am I the drama? We're not talking Cardi. We're not talking your opinion of Cardi. We are literally talking the drama. We only talking about the drama. So I want to start by just welcoming back Mr. Fluent. It's been a minute, and just what's been going on with you? What's happening? Anything you got new going on? Tell us about.
Yeah. It's a lot of stuff that I got coming and coming. I don't really say nothing until it's done.
I hear you.
Once it's done, I'm gonna be on it. I'm gonna be on it. But this year we on cruise control right now. But yeah, I am excited to be back. I didn't think this was gonna come back because there's been some stuff on the back end going on, but as y'all can see, Dr. Keisha done made a way, so it's all good, man.
So yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we we stuck like glue. We family at this point. And so there
Yeah.
is no such thing as, just like my family, sometimes we not around each other, but it don't make us not family. We family, we locked in. And so I definitely feel like this is something that everybody enjoy. Everybody love our banter. They love us going back and forth. And can you believe this is our fourth season together?
That's crazy, man.
That's
That's crazy.
crazy. 4 seasons. And so, I mean, if it worked, why break it? You know what I'm saying? Like, why get something new when it works already? And so we work together.
Oh
My
yeah.
question for you, Mr. Fluent, is can they call in? Do they have the opportunity of calling in? If not, if they don't, just put everything in the chat. Both of
Yeah.
us will be monitoring the Facebook, and we can come back and answer any questions that you may have on today. And so this is our very first lyrical therapy of this season. And so what we will be doing today is we will be talking about what everybody else is talking about. Everybody is talking about this album, Am I the Drama? Everyone's talking about Cardi. Everyone's talking about everything that's going on with Cardi. And so I first want to say, if somebody can share this and make sure that you put in there, we do not own the rights to this music, because we are going to start jumping into some music in a minute. But before we jump into the music, I do just want to set some ground rules for the show, because, we got our ops out here. And we got one with us, Prescribed Trial. We know how he coming for the ladies. And so we want to set some ground rules on today. So today, myself and Dr. Fluent, we will be looking at the lyrics from Cardi B's new album, Am I the Drama? This show is not about bashing Cardi, nor it's about weighing in on Cardi's personal decisions, her right to choose, and her right to do whatever it is that she wants to do with her body. However she wants to move in her family, it is her choice to have. And so I am not on here to entertain any of that foolishness on today. But what I do want to talk about today is the actual lyrics to the album, because so many things about this album really resonates. And so I want us to use this, this next hour to really just tap into those things that resonated with different prescribers. Even if it's your first time, tap in, put your comments on Facebook so we can talk about it. But Cardi, I always say her name wrong. I always say her real name wrong. So, I don't even want to say it. What's her real name, Mr. Fluent?
I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. Hold on.
It's I don't know. I don't want to say it
Hold
wrong.
on. I might have to bring Sandra up in here. That Puerto Rican
I
stuff.
want to say it known, but professionally known as Cardi B, was born on October 11th, which is, right around the corner. She got a birthday coming up. Her birthday is actually International Day of the Girl. So we should be celebrating all the girls and all the choices and all the things that we can celebrate about being a woman. She was born in Bronx, New York. She is of Afro-Latina descent. Her father is Dominican and her mother is Trinidadian. So for all those people that say she's not black, she is half Trinidadians. They are black. I'm sorry, they came from plantations just like us. She grew up in the High Bridge neighborhood of South Bronx. She had a hard upbringing, poverty, high crime areas, financial hardships, all of those things. She has said on record many of times that this shaped her resilience, her ambition. She attended college. So for everybody that thinks she's just dumb and stupid, she did attend college. She attended college at the Bureau of Manhattan Community College. She was working at a grocery store before she became a stripper. We go straight to the stripping. But when we talk about resilience, just the jobs itself, she worked in a grocery store. She was, in school. She was, trying to make it. She got into a bad relationship. That relationship became abusive. And so as a way to escape that relationship, she started stripping to make more money to get out of that situation. And so this, of course, Mr. Florence, this resonates with me just based on the kind of work that I do. We always want to say what we would do if it was us, but do we know? Do we actually know what we would do in certain situations? And so I always find it funny, when people say, if that was me, it's not. And if it was, you don't know how you would respond until it is you. So we should walk away from that one. But we kind of got introduced to Cardi by her antics on social media. She became social media famous first before landing the role on Love and Hip Hop New York, before Bodak Yellow. However, at the release of Bodak Yellow, she became the second solo female rapper in history to make number one on the Billboard Hot 100s. Then in 2018, she released her debut album, which was Invasion of Privacy. That album went number one on the Billboard 200s, and it also won a Grammy. The very first ever solo female artist to win in that category of Best Rap Album. And so for that, if nothing alone, she deserves to be celebrated because she is a history maker when it comes to female artists. But I do want to talk about more her unapologetic personality. So understanding this unapologetic personality, it shouldn't surprise you that we talking about her right now. It shouldn't surprise anyone that her life's decision has been one that's debated and discussed since she hit the scene. However, we're not addressing beefs. We're not addressing disses. We are exploring themes in the lyrics of the new album that resonate with a lot of women, that may become triggering. And we also want to give some coping skills around how do we deal with these type of things. And so I'm listening for your advice. Hey, Demaya, I see you checked in. I know Jayla's watching. I don't know who else is watching, but I did see Demaya say, hey, you see your boy is back, Demaya. I know you're happy about that. I don't know where Nadia is, so you shouldn't have too much arguing because I don't see Nadia on here yet. So everything should be good. So let's go. So this is not a beef again. This is not versus. We operating in a space tonight to uplift and assist women. So if you ready, let's go. Let's start our first song. So the first theme. So this is all based on me and Mr. Fluent. We can argue about it if you like, or we can discuss why you disagree.
I haven't even heard the album.
Okay,
this is my first time hearing.
Okay, then. So you get to hear what I'm talking about. And so what we're going to talk about first, the first theme for me that appeared in this album for me was the theme of depression. So on several different times, she did speak about just depression and what it was like going through the things that she was going through. And so I'm trying to find a clean version because I don't want to ruin nobody and play the version that I listen to for any of my aunties that may be listening. So I'm going to try to find me a clean version of the album. And right now, see none. So I'm gonna go to the first. I'm gonna go to my first song that I want to discuss, and that first song that I want to talk about is "Dead." And so I'll have this playing in the background. It'll go up and down based on you know what it is that we're talking about. I don't know why it's not playing. We having some now. I've been on here. I haven't had any problems till we got on here together. The devil is mad.
It's crazy because I bet you she still got that Apple stuff over there.
I do.
That's why it didn't work.
It is not playing. I don't know why it's not playing, but we gonna.
Let me see if I can play it on my end.
I don't know why it's not playing. It's say playing, but nothing's happening. So let me try again. Close out. I'm gonna try again. It may be because I had Facebook up. So let me close out Facebook. And I did find it's not playing. It say iPhone. Oh, I know why it's not playing. Hold on, guys. Okay. It's not playing because I'm still in the studio on my phone. So that's why it's not playing. But hold on, guys. I got to close some stuff out and then I should be ready to go. But so the thing that resonated with me with this song, the song that we're going to hear right now is called Dead. And the thing that resonated with me is because she's talking a lot about things that is going on with her, but she's doing it in a way that says that she's okay. Like everything is okay. She's talking about her experience and all of these things, but even in that she's doing so in a way that is almost like everything is cool. She cool, everything is cool, but clearly she's not, because the song literally, if you listen under the undertones in the song, it really does dive into some depression, some things that she experienced. And so here we go with Dead, with also her and Summer Walker. And so I want you guys to think about and listen for lyrics that really talk about some depression that she may be feeling, although she's talking as if everything is fine. And don't we do that as people?
Yeah.
We talk like, nope, we don't have any problems and everything is great. Can y'all hear the music?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I took that demon to the right, I gone fast. Mirror, mirror, who the baddest? She looking back. I know these in my shadow feel so cold. I don't think these. No, I want their heads. I want them begging for their life. I want them dead. I know they heard it's coming and they scared. I wanna pull the lace fronts off their heads. I want all these dead. Can't compete with me, I'm not the one. I told to suck my they put their hair up in a bun. I let these see I should have left these with none. Never smart to be for me. What can I say? These be dumb. Love to die young. Look, the water fountain put my toes in it. Music fountain put my soul in it. I in my business. These love putting their nose in it. Tell a you better use your head before I come there. Put a hole in it like bah, bah, bah. Now she could bow with it. They say party you tweaking. Nah, I don't be tweaking enough. Be doing I be letting it slide, and I don't be bringing it up. Be out here telling lies about me, and y'all just be eating it up. But when I drag it to hell, party you evils. She said my name, she get it belt. She think I'm playing, she get it belt. When we go in the store, don't touch nothing, you complain or you get it belt. I cried 300 days last year, none of y'all call me up. And like those tears that ran down my cheek, yeah, but I'll be sorry as girl, yes. So that's the thing that I want to discuss. She said I cried 300 days last year and no one called me up. And even she also goes, even in the beginning, she started talking about all these things that people were saying about her, all the things that they had to say, having that name in her mouth, telling lies on her. Everybody was eating it up. But she started off, like even with the yeah, it doesn't sound like somebody that's happy. It sounds like somebody that has gone through something. She goes on to say, she talked about being knocked down. She said, you didn't see me knocked down 9 times, still I get up on 10. So for me, this whole idea of, depression is really laced in this song. She also gives us an insight around this online bullying, all of these things that's going on the internet, all these things people have to say. She said her body parts and her business, everybody got their nose in it. And so we live in a time right now where people, they so fascinated with other people's lives, and they get so caught up in celebrity business because we have a platform where people can share negativity and negative things about people. But when we sharing and we engaging and we doing all that, we don't think about how that affects the person who we talking about.
Right.
And so I'm going to just be transparent. For me, I hear a lot of things that's being said about me. A lot of people have a lot to say about me. It's always somebody always talking. They always got something to say. And I don't have a percentage of the money as Cardi B. I don't have the influence, a percentage of the influence, or this notoriety that she has. And imagine, I know how it affects me. And so I can't even imagine somebody that everybody is constantly looking at and what they must be feeling in that situation. What do you think, Mr. Fluent?
Yeah, because this, I think, the first thing, what I'm gonna say throughout this whole thing is like I got to take my hat off to Cardi because she's a statistic pretty much. She wasn't supposed to be this hot. She wasn't supposed to, you know, coming out for Love and Hip Hop, doing her thing, and she's still doing her thing. She went from this to this, and I
Mm-hmm.
think she's living very um, transparently for everybody to see, like for everybody to see, and no matter what they're saying, she's still doing her thing. So, you gotta take your head off to, I wish more people would do that. Don't even worry about. Yeah, I mean, every now and then you gotta check them up. You gotta check
Yeah.
them. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying, just keep on doing your thing because it's not even about them. It's about what you're trying to do. So, yeah, like I said, this is my first time hearing it. This is my first reaction. It's dope, and I only heard one song. So,
So we're gonna go to another song that to me that really spoke to like this idea of depression and the stuff that she had going on. This song is called Shower Tears. We should be good. It should be good by now. We should be good. What is love? What's the reason? What's the meaning? What the this conflicting like addiction? This drugs. You gon' have your way with me until I had enough. You keep thinking I'm calling your bluff. Who that on your line? Is on your mind. You so arrogant. This embarrassing. I am not no average. You wanna play marriage? Then you can have these carrots in. I put my baby in her car seat, then be out of here. Here we go again. He's some you don't know again. Must be a magician putting pictures in your phone again. Don't tell me these is friends and you are with your bros again. For all of this, might as well just be alone again. I let my guard down, I let you in. You playing games with my heart, I'm not gonna let you win. I'm sick of fighting, sick of crying. It's 4 a.m. If you don't answer this time, I never call again. But we go through this. Heat of the moment, let it burn. foolish. I know love is supposed to hurt. We should be good by now. We should be good. We should be good by now. We should be. I thought you wanted it forever. You and me together. Make it through the storm, right or wrong, any weather. I just want you back here where your home is. How you leave me like me so hopeless. Hope you know the door ain't always open. And I'm just hoping you know what's up. This relationship sitting patient, it's hard to trust. Cause once you give it all you can, you just can't give it up. Sometimes I wanna you up, sometimes I wanna. Should I take a handful of pills to let you know that it's real? Then let you feel some of this pain that I feel. About to turn to the liquor. From how she claimed that. So for me, this really gets dark. Yeah. Because she started talking about suicide, taking a handful of pills, and not to the point that I really want to die, but I want you to feel this pain that you have inflicted on me. And I think that that's something that we don't really think about. Like, people get to the space where she also said, once you give it all you got, you're trying to hold on to it. And, how many of us have been in relationships where we really think this is it? I found this person. This is the person that I'm going to be with. I found who I'm going to be with. And that's what it is. I want to be with this person and I want to make a life with this person. And you have children, you do it the right way. You get married, you have children, and you think that you're building a family. And when all that is snatched from you, you stuck with nothing. And so how do we rebound from situations where we can't see a way out? Because in our life, we created forever with this person. She said it was supposed to be me and you together forever through any weather. And so when we think about that, how do we bounce back from situations like that?
It's good. It's actually refreshing to hear, a song like this, is because now you're not hearing all about twerking and ops and this and that and this. So it's refreshing. And the crazy part about it, even when she came out, she was like, I know I'm not writing my own stuff. Somebody else is writing it. But man, she's delivering like a mug.
But
I like this song.
You look at the credits on a lot of these albums, she's writing a lot of it. She has some people writing with her, but she's writing a lot of this. When you look on the credits, she's writing a lot of this, and she's writing from a space of pain. It's heartfelt. Right. Can't nobody tell your story like you do. And so she take us through this situation where how she got to where she is now, pregnant by somebody else, and all of these things. She take us through the entire journey. And through this journey, there's a lot of ups, there's a lot of down, there's some depression. She talks about even, she talked about how she tried to revamp, had nothing. She talked about having another baby, being preeclamptic. You gotta love it. Like, I'm pregnant by somebody else. I'm preeclamptic. I'm all of these things. And yet I still gotta grind because I ain't got nobody else to depend on. I'm out here alone again. And go ahead.
See, good artists, like she's a good artist and a good entertainer. And I say this because, like I said, I ain't got no dog in the fight with Nikki and all that stuff. I ain't got no dog in the fight, right? But this is her. You know how Usher has confession. This is her confessions.
This is her confession. This is her lemonade. This is all of those things that we have put on pedestals when other people did it. But for whatever reason, now that she's doing it, it's being judged so heavily. And it's just like, who are we to judge? I remember having a newborn baby with somebody that I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with. And at night being by myself, trying to figure out where is this man that promised me this family, that promised to be here, and then sitting on stuck, trying to figure out, now what do I do? How do I choose me? How do I choose my child? She said, if you want this fake marriage, take these carrots. I'm going to put this baby in the car seat and we out of here. Like, because now I'm somebody's mother. And so when the things that happen don't just affect me. And I think that we look at the exterior, we look at the hard exterior, we look at all the jokes, and we don't really dive into, it's still a little girl in there that thought she found her Prince Charming, and it didn't happen that way.
And let's keep it being like, she embarrassed.
Yes, it's embarrassing. It's
It's
very, yeah.
embarrassing. Like you going like you and I both has been there. Man, you going hard for a relationship, hard, and you telling everybody to kiss your hind parts, and
Mm-hmm.
then it goes
Can
left.
you imagine? Right.
Straight up, man, and it goes left, and now you just like you looking stupid because now you got to go back and apologize to people, and you have to mend fences, and man, like I said, this is the second song, and I was like I said, this is a tale of a good artist when they can put it all, whether it's 10 songs, 15 songs, 20 songs, they put it all out there in Front Street, like here
Mm-hmm.
you go, and that's just what it is. If all the rest of that shit, all the rest of that is just it's just the media hyping stuff up, and this is and the third, and like this is what makes a good artist. This is her confessions. If you, I'm looking at the lyrics, I'm like, oh snap, okay, all right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah,
And then if you just think about it, because we're gonna move on, but just thinking about the online bullying and all that, and the loss of a relationship and how that leads to depression, she's talked about is so many signs of depression. Persistent sadness. She said she was sad for 365 days. She talked about feeling hopeless, hopelessness. How you leave me, how you leave like me so hopeless. She talked about empty, like I didn't think I can live without you. Like she pulled it all out there. These are literally signs of depression. She also on another track that we're gonna hear, she talks about the guilt. Like I could have did more as a wife. She really lay it out, and she really, this to me was a perfect space to take for lyrical therapy, because there are so many levels of emotional turmoil. There are so many levels that to peel back. This is, to me, it's perfect. But while we talk about depression, I also think that we would be doing a disservice if we didn't give some things that we can do about it. And so although we may always feel these things, there might be times in our life or things, loss, grief, all these things that causes depression, but there are some things that we can do to get out of it. We can exercise, we
yeah,
can journal, we can do a lot of people talk about doing affirmations, and although I'm not against affirmations, but I think that when we only talk about affirmations, we get stuck in another fairy tale, what we want for ourselves. So while we're doing affirmations, I want us to also make sure that we do some declarations. We declare some things to be. The Bible says, speak those things that's not as though they were. So sometimes while we affirming a thing, we also have to declare that that thing will be. We have to start. One of the things, that symptom of depression is weight gain. We sit around, we eat a lot. So we have to become healthier. We have to move around. We have to find the things that we enjoy. And so, I just want to give us some things that we can do, and we don't just talk about the things that are harmful. We recognize the signs, but we also need to make sure that we give just something to get over those things, because it's hard. It's a hard thing to get over. And so I want to take us, so we've talked about depression, we talked about online bullying. I want to talk about this idea, boss versus burnout. Because we have someone that literally did it all pregnant. And so, was that healthy? Did that make her a boss? We know she's hardworking. We know that. But did it make her a boss? Or did the result of what we saw, the heaviness, was it burnout? And so, do we know the difference from bossing up and falling prey to burnout? And literally, y'all know that I'm an open book. And so a lot of times we portray what we're going through as being a boss. We a boss, and we can do all things. And I have to speak for myself. I try to do a lot of things, but I don't always do all of those things well. And so when we see Cardi spaz out or respond to things in ways that we say, why did you engage? We're looking at a person that is experienced burnout, that's doing everything that she can to stay on top. And then you have all of these people just constantly pulling you, constantly fighting. And at some point, you just like, let me give y'all what y'all looking for. And sometimes for ordinary, for I don't want to call anybody, I'm not an ordinary person, and neither is anyone that's listening, but for a person that's living a life outside of the, the lights, the glamour, the celebrity life, sometimes I burn out just look like giving up. I'm fighting, I'm trying to do all these things, and it's not hitting, it's not resonating. I'm trying to start a business, it's not going anywhere. So I'm just gonna walk away. I'm just gonna give up. And so we don't really talk about that as being burnout. We just say, a lot of people, I'm just taking my time, and that's okay. You have the right to take your time as long as you're taking your time on your terms and you're not allowing people to push you out of a space because you're tired of fighting.
Right. And I definitely agree with you because it's because sometimes I feel like I'm burnt out, but I think a lot of that, even with this thing that happened with the studio and everything, I'm at the point where like, okay, I have to set boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Once you set boundaries, like you, right? And now I'm not talking about you per se. I'm just talking just a person,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
like yourself, because you got once you start prioritizing yourself, you gotta like, you know what I'm saying, like that's the main. It's self. It's all
Mm-hmm.
self. And I had to start setting boundaries with people is because you find yourself doing your workload and everybody else's.
Yeah.
And then because a lot of us had that mindset. Even I mean, and men, Dr. Keisha, you already know we work our ass off. You do, we do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easier for me to do it than for me to explain to somebody how to do it. By that time I finish, I can
Mm-hmm.
be did it myself. And then
Yeah.
that if you do that 300 days out of the year,
You don't have nothing left.
you ain't got nothing left.
Nothing
You ain't got
left.
nothing left.
It's nothing left. I just want to tap into some of the prescribers. We got Demaya said, we talk like that daily. We pretend that everything is always okay when it's not. We have Nika that says sometimes she's responding. She's responding because she's tired, and sometimes it just becomes too much. Demaya came back and said, people push back against your boundaries when they no longer benefit from you. And that is,
Oh
oh
yeah.
my God. When I say you could not have said better, like that's a word right there. When something don't benefit a person, when it don't benefit you, then you become the crazy person. But the same
Mhm.
thing worked when it benefited somebody. And so we have to start making sure that we develop some work-life balance, that we don't work so hard. We don't work so hard chasing bags that we
Right.
forget that we can't spend it in the ground. Me and Jayla laughed today at a coworker. She's really a family now, but Tammy, whenever you say, "Hey Tammy, how you doing?" The first thing she says, "I'm vertical and I'm ventilated," which means I woke up this morning and I can breathe. And so we have to start cherishing the time that we have on this earth and not spend it so much trying to boss up that we end up burning ourselves out and we can't enjoy the fruit of the work that we've done, the fruit of our labor. So I want to move into, I know we excited, we back, but we haven't gotten to a lot of songs. And so I do want you guys to go and listen to the album yourself. This will still be up. You can still comment. You can comment on Facebook or YouTube. But I want to go into the breakup because we talk about the depression. We talk about working so hard, but most of this was a result of everything falling apart. And so when we look at the boss up, we don't look at the breakdown. And there was a breakdown that happened by way of a breakup. And so the next song that I want to play is Man of My Word. You used to think. Now all I do is apologize for everything. How many times can I say sorry and I mean it? How many times can I take my love for you as a weakness? How many times I'm ignoring all your friends that seen it? How many times have I misunderstood the meaning of loving? My eyes closed. You said you love me. No, you don't. Last time you up, said I was done. Up again, I took you back. That was dumb. I held back for you, was really biting my tongue. Should've fell back from you. Instead, I gave you a son. I don't regret it, it's a blessing. Just know I learned my lesson. So stop with all that calling me and texting.
All the times you say you was locked in, late night sessions, only thing they need to drop is your confessions. Yeah, I believed you. Don't know if I'm mad at me or you. Once upon a time, I thought I needed you. Even though I'm up, I always treat you like we even do. To see what special treatment do, I could have cheated too. Been on my word, you used to think. Now all I do is apologize for everything. How many times can I say sorry and I mean it? How many times can I take my love for you as a weakness? How many times I'm ignoring all your friends that seen it? How many times have I misunderstood the meaning of loving? My eyes closed. You said you love me. No, you don't. 7 years, admit, it wasn't all bad. The skeletons in my closet too. It wasn't all bad. As a wife, I should have realized when you was hurt. But instead, I put my music first. Damn, there was things said, and that's when I heard about all these and I can't bear. But since I had a ring, I never wanted no ring cam. And now I got a ring on every finger, but the one on my ring hand. It's funny how things panned out. You was my twin, you was my person. You was me, but the evil version. I really hope you find love. I hope you find a good spirit. I hope she satisfy your needs and everything that I didn't. And I mean that it's a lot of pressure when I put the icon. I know things could have been perfect in a different lifetime, but I really do wish you the best. Continue being a winner. And if I had one wish, I only wish you would have been a.
And so for this is really, to me, I feel like this was really a space in which she was very vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Not just expressing the things that she wished he had done. She also talked about some things that she could have did better in a marriage. And so I think that when we experience these breakdowns in our relationships, we are so focused on who's wrong and who right that we don't take accountability for the roles that each person played, because a relationship is built on the premises of two people coming together. So no one person can ruin a relationship. It takes two people to ruin a relationship. It takes two people to make a relationship work. And I think that in this space, I feel like she really did address a lot of things. Talking about just once upon a time, I thought I needed you. Like that talks about a woman letting down her guards. That talks about a woman that is naturally hardened. She's naturally hardened. She has this persona as being a gangster and all of these things. But I found somebody that I love so much that I thought that I needed that person. And then for the chorus where the guy comes back and said, I misunderstood the meaning of loving you. And so a lot of times when people do things to hurt us, we automatically look at it from a space of malice. We don't really look at it from a space of this person never learned how to love me. Right. This person does not know how to love me. This person has misunderstood my love language. And so they're operating in spaces. And also, a lot of times when people misunderstanding the meaning of loving, they also misunderstanding the meaning of loving thyself. And if I can't love myself, I definitely cannot love another person. And then after that, she goes into this space where she says, I hope that you find someone and I hope she satisfies your needs and everything that I didn't. That line alone, because I'm somebody's wife, and I hope that I never get to the space where I have to feel like this, because I don't ever want divorce. Is not an option for me. I didn't get married to get divorced. But if I did, I cannot say that I would be in a space that I would want him to be happy with somebody else. I want to say that I'm mature enough that, yeah, if you ain't with me, I just want you happy. I'm not there yet. I want you with me, happy with me. And so to get to a space where somebody that cheated on you and did all the things that they did, for you to still wish happiness and say that I hope you find somebody that can satisfy you, because clearly I didn't. And I want to know from a man's perspective, how did that resonate?
Well, that's how you know it's over.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like That's how you know it's over because women are more emotional when it comes to, especially with the relationship, because like for instance, like man, when she can say that, like I know it sounds perfect coming out of her mouth, but once the action is actually out there, it may be a little different. um but but yeah, that's how that shit over with. That's when you say, oh man, and then man, it's over with. Put your ass in the song. And it's
Right.
just like that's how like man, I want you to be happy, even if it's not with me. I want you to be happy.
I just want to be happy.
Man,
I just want
man,
you to
that's a
be happy.
bar. That's a
Yeah.
bar right there.
Yeah.
That's a bar. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like you. I don't know if I'm there yet. Nah.
I mean, literally
Nah.
say, I hope she satisfy your needs and everything that I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't there. No, I ain't there. And I
Yeah.
got people, I got some prescribers. They ain't there either. Demaya said, I agree, Kisha. I can't say I want to see you happy after a divorce. I'm not there yet. Nika
Yeah.
said, I'm not that mature. Like, I'm just not. And
Nah.
I think that again, when you really, really love a person, like I can't imagine life without Chuck. And so I damn sure can't imagine wishing happiness for
To
him with
somebody
another person. I,
else.
I
Oh
I just yeah, I ain't there yet. I'm sorry. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
I'm not. And I want to be mature. I swear to God. I talk about this all the day, all the time. I want to be more mature, but I'm just not there yet. Sorry.
Nah.
So we go from a space, she goes from a space where she's experiencing the hardship of a breakup. And then we see where she starts to be able to see from the breakup the things that she did not get and the things that she desire. And so the song that I want to play next is called Safe.
Yeah, yeah, hey, hey. It's Cardi, Kaylani. It's you and I, baby, baby. Yeah, look, I don't need a rich, just somebody that can make me feel safe. Yeah, look, I dealt with a couple, but nobody ever made me feel safe like you. Cause when I'm with you, I just know I'm fine. You take all the pressure off my mind all the time. Patient and kind when I be going out my mind. Safe from the problems, I don't worry cause I'm hard to find. I'm from the block, baby. It's who baby. If the world turn against me, who I got, baby. But say your ops, baby. Up in the flock, baby. I'm talking, baby. I know this ain't right now. Yeah. I'm feeling right at home, safe in your arms, baby. Come hold me down. Come hold me down, huh? Sit like a key in a lock on me. Sit like a crib with the combo, please. Hold you down. Hold you down. I can put my guard down. I can put my heart up. Loving you around, huh? Unplug the alarm now. Show you on my card now. I don't need a rich, just somebody that can make me feel safe. Yeah, look, I dealt with a couple, but nobody ever made me feel safe like you.
This next one is the one that really I want all the men to listen to this.
When I be going out my mind, safe from the problems, I don't worry cause I'm hard to find. Safe like I just ran and slid across the plate. Safe like we're playing tag, you home base. Hey, safe like I got a big dog in a gate. Safe like you wanna this, play in my face. Yeah, I know that I'm that right. You got a girl that wanna get right. When I spaz and I crash, you ain't gon' dip, right? That's when I need you the most. That's how I get, right? Baby,
That was the one for me. When I spaz out and I crash, you ain't gonna dip right, because that's when I need you the most. And I think that men, when we start to crash out, they like, yeah, I ain't finna deal with that. But that's when they need someone to bring them back to that soft girl era. That's when they need somebody to say, that's not necessary. You don't have to spaz out because I'm here to take that from you.
Mm-hmm.
And I really want to know what you think about that as a husband. The crash out, sometimes people they mistake the crash out and the spaz out as something other than what it is, which is a cry. Like, I need somebody to make me feel safe in this moment. And when I don't feel safe, I spaz. I crash out because safety is something that I require. And when I'm not receiving that, which goes into the whole thing about not being a man of your word. I thought I was safe with you. You told me I was safe with you. And now I see that I'm not. And I'm crashing. And now you gonna dip. What's your response, Mr.
Well, so okay, so like for instance, like with me and my wife, we it was one of those things to where that's how we had this conversation before about being um not, I guess the word is subservient.
Mm-hmm.
So
The
whatever the
idea.
case is, the idea of it,
Mm-hmm.
um it's kind of sort of like that, right? So when you that's probably the most vulnerable a woman that would ever have can place a man
Mm-hmm.
is when they're like, you know, I'm safe with like you're no matter what's going on in the house, like you are my safe place. That's almost better than saying I love you.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost like better than saying I do like I'm safe with you, like safe. That's crazy. Like emotionally, physically, like I'm safe with you. And when a woman says, "Well, I'm not safe with you anymore," again, it's over with. It's over with because the build back is almost impossible, man. You know how many years that takes?
I'm listening.
So no, I'm good. That's it. That's it.
I hope that everybody really took heed to that idea of, that idea that our anger, what looks like aggression, what looks like spazzing, and all of that is really a need to feel safe. And and the safest place for a wife is in her husband's arm. The safest person for a woman is in the at least, of course the safest person is in God's arm. But if God gave you the right husband, he will manifest that same godly love, and that should be where we go for safety. And if we can't go to our husbands as wives, or the man that we proclaim to love and proclaim to love us for safety, then sometimes you got to reevaluate, are you in the right space? Because as a need, if that's a need, and when that need is not being met, that's something that you really got to really think about. And I want us to just listen. What's going on? This is another one. Like, yeah, I said it. You don't like that I moved on, and I hate that for you. Telling yourself that I ain't that loyal. Finding that love me more than you did is what I'm gonna pay back for you. And finding a man that loved me better than you did is payback. That's what she said. Finding a man that loved me better than you did, that's payback for you. That's I got my lick back, because I got this man that's loving on me and doing for me and giving me something that I need that you just refuse to do. And that's really a hard pill to swallow when you really love somebody and you got to walk away. But the reality of it is that it's always somebody waiting to love you better. Now, there's all this debate: is it better? Did she come up? It's what she feel. And if she feel like he's loving her better, then it's a come up for her. It don't matter what we think. It ain't our business. It's really where she is and what she needs. And if this is what she needs and somebody is giving it to her, that's the payback. That's the thing that men don't always think about. The last song, I'm not the last song, but the next song that I want to play is called Every Time. This is the club song. Every time lost his mind. You know, crime, because I ain't saying when niggas out here messing mine. Now that's something. She said, if I take your nigga, I don't want to hear no crying, because I ain't say nothing when y'all was out here. Man, that is
Mhm.
Now that's some true. That's standing on business. Now I sat back. I ain't say nothing. Y'all was all in my bed. I didn't say a thing. The last thing that I want to address before we sign out, I know we coming to the end of the show. We are gonna stay on the next 5 minutes because we started 5, so we actually got 9 minutes to get through what we got to get through. The next thing I want to talk about is this colorism, and we keep talking about colorism in a lot of our and I'm gonna leave out with because you know my girl Janet is on here, and how you a bad one when you get Janet. You didn't get Janet on a man.
And Janet don't be on everybody's stuff.
Be on everybody's stuff, and then she hit it with the pleasure principle. Come on now, it just don't get no colder than that. But this next one, Pretty and Petty, and I really just want to go to the line because I don't like I said, I'm not talking beefs, and I don't even want to go there. But I did want to play this one particular song, this one particular part of the song, because I think that we do need to talk about this when it comes to Black women. Okay, I'm gonna play that again. We still dealing in this colorism, this idea. Who you want to be, shorty? Let's have a little tea party. That's my favorite part. I had to play that part. But I hate when we still talking about in 2025, we still talking about light skin, dark skin, who pretty. And I have to agree. I also feel like that. Light skin don't make you pretty. There are a lot of beautiful Black women with dark skin that beautiful. And we got to get past this colorism thing that says light skin is pretty. And I agree with you, Cardi. I hate when a woman thinks she cute just because she light skinned. Now you cute, you be cute. But light skin and our skin tones do not dictate beauty.
It's just like somebody saying that, like some men be thinking just because she thick, she fine. Oh, she ain't.
Wait till she turn around.
She's an ugmo. Oh no! Oh no!
She turn around,
man, Joe.
So hopefully tonight that we were able to really hone in on some things. I hope it resonated. I hope that we gave some coping mechanisms. But I do want to leave before I play the last song. I want us just to really learn to give ourselves grace and to give grace to others, because we're in times right now that everybody is just fighting to survive. My prayers are with anyone that works for the federal government that's not getting a check right now. My prayers are for any elderly people that cannot get their benefits, anyone that's receiving any kind of SNAP benefits that, are afraid that these benefits will stop because of the times that we're living in. And we living in some hard times. And so we have to really be grateful for the things that we do have. We have to be able to offer each other grace. We have to be able to accept the mercy of God and just be thankful that we're not where we used to be. We're not where we could be, that there are some things that we could be experiencing that we are not. And so getting caught up in all this petty beef that's going on with celebrities and people that's making more money than we probably could ever imagine, we probably should mind the business that pay us. We should probably mind the business and the purpose that God has given us, because he did not create us to operate in spaces that we don't belong in. We need to learn how to stay in our lane. And just because we have access to everything that's going on in the lives of celebrities don't mean that we need to react, and we don't have to engage, and we don't have to be part of it. All of these people that's picking sides and all that, you don't have a side to pick. You can't even afford to pick a side. We should focus on the things that's going to bring happiness to ourselves and to our families, and do the things that we enjoy. If you enjoy listening to Cardi B, listen to Cardi B. Don't allow people to make you feel like because you don't agree with her choices, or you don't think that she made it ain't your decision to make. She made decisions that's best for her. And if they're not best for her, then those are things that she's going to have to deal with, and the people that she has surrounded herself around. Not us, not the fans. Her music is for entertainment purposes only. It's not for us to model our lives around. We shouldn't be modeling our lives around entertainers. We should be listening to it for the purpose that it is to entertain. And that's my soapbox.
You're right. I know some of the stuff I agree with what you're saying. Some of the stuff I agree, but I'm gonna let y'all know now. I'm all out of grace.
Okay.
I'm all out of grace. I was all out of grace 2 months ago. I'm just very I told my wife, I said, man, I want to get so unbothered by stuff. I want to be unbothered.
Mm-hmm.
And because what bothers me the most is seeing like liars and stuff like that. So that bothers me. But because
That
especially when
triggers you. That's your
it's a
trigger.
trigger, it's
Mm-hmm.
because people like myself, we walk around and we're living our truth every day, day in and day out. And I'm all out of grace. Check with me in 2026. Maybe I have a little bit more grace, but I'm all out of grace. And I'm like Dr. Keisha just said, I'm a mind the business that pays me. I'm a mind the business that pays me. And then, maybe by 2026, I'll be a little bit unbothered. Omarion unbothered.
Yeah.
Jay-Z and Beyonce unbothered. Just unbothered.
Yeah.
Just
I feel you.
unbothered. But I definitely thank you. Thank you. We got to do this again. I don't know who we're going to
We're
do
gonna do
next.
this every we not changing because we in a different space. We're not
Okay.
changing. We
Okay.
we are a people that know how to adapt. We know how to pivot. And that's what we
Damn
do.
right.
We pivoting. We're not stopping. No one gets to stop our flow. No one gets
Nope.
to stop our shine.
Nope.
And regardless of what they think, they may think that we bring an element, and I say we, I mean people that look like us bring a negative element, but what they are missing is the magic that we sprinkle. And this is magical, and we won't stop sprinkling it because someone don't agree with that way that, the way that it lands.
And
And so
we not on nobody's side. That's the crazy part. We ain't on nobody's side. We just we are so unbiased when it comes to lyrical therapy. We are so unbiased. We just you have your way of what it means. I have my way of what it means, and then there's a middle, and then we move on to the next song. That's how we
that's it.
always been. That's what
That's
we
all
always
we
will do.
do.
So
And so I want us to remember that next week is Worship Unplugged. Join me and Reverend Blackman as we unplug, we worship, we be grateful. He will bring us a scripture and a word of devotion. And if I get it in advance, I'll post it in advance so we can get into the word prior to coming on. And another reminder for our book club, for our besties book club, we are reading Capone. We are reading the first series, the Delgado series from Jaquil J, and it is Capone. I will be posting the QR code. I am accepting 8 guests to talk about how they responded to discuss Capone, the series in the first series in not the first series, the first book in the Delgado series. So make sure that you have 2 weeks, and it's a great read. It won't take 2 weeks. Listen to it, read it, whatever you do. But join us on the 4th Wednesday for the Bestie Book Club. Don't forget to join us next week for Worship Unplugged. And on Saturday, we will be taken to the streets again. That has not changed. We will continue. We are still going to the streets, offering support to those who are in need, those who find themselves in any form of trafficking. So make sure that if you cannot join us and you would just like to donate, we are still accepting donations. I said last week, I do not beg. I don't beg for money. If you want to get a monetary donation, you are welcome to go on the site and make a donation. Otherwise, we are looking for items, and the items that we are looking for are feminine items. We're looking for chapstick. We're looking for soap. We're looking for socks. Socks is an important thing for people that's on the street, specifically when the weather starts to get bad. We're looking for wipes. We're looking for individuals to write scripture, to write just very motivating things. If you want to drop off cards with motivation, affirmations, declarations, whatever you would like to put in the bag, we can do so. If you are a person who would like to join us, you can still register. Right now, I will be closing registration by tomorrow at noon so that I can make sure that I have accommodations for those who want to go out on the street and we can start mapping our routes. But again, if you would like to donate those items, please fill out a contact card on our website at www.drkisharobertstabb.com, and we will coordinate pickup or a drop off, whatever you need. We appreciate all donations, but again, it does not have to be monetary. If you have a program, housing, if you are part of a substance abuse program, if you know anything, if you have some mental health resources, anything that you have that can go into the bag, please let us know. We are also giving away flowers. It is International Day of the Girls. We have coined this the International Night of the Lost Girl, where we are going to the street after those who may find themselves lost in exploitation, and we are giving them flowers on that night. So if you want to donate flowers, you can do so also. So I thank you guys for tuning in to us. Thank you again, Mr. Fluent, for 4 amazing seasons. This 4th season is going to be the life-changing season. This is going to be the season where purpose forth. This is going to be the season where individuals are inspired. These are going to be the season where individuals who have placed you in a box can no longer hold you there. I am speaking life in Fluent Media Network. I am speaking life into your family, your children, and everything else. And for everyone that's listening, there is life after depression. There's life after breakup. There's life after cultural hurt. There's life after online bullying. There is ways that, there are coping mechanisms. And so for the rest of this week, I will be sharing on my social media platforms ways to cope in these situations. This is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And so we are also talking about those things. If you are in a domestic relationship, are you in a relationship that looks like it may get ready to get violent? It's ways out. And so we will be sharing those things and any providers that even for those situations, domestic situations, because trafficking is a domestic relationship. You are in relationship with the person. And so if you are a domestic violence counselor and you want to offer us some support and you want that in the bags, please see us. Thank you guys for holding on and staying tuned with us. See you next time, same place. Thank you for tuning in. You have prescribed to Dr. Tabb, where we offer motivation, inspiration, wellness, health, mental awareness. We will see you next week. And for those who we will not see before Saturday, I thank God for the girl child. I thank God. I want to wish my daughter a happy International Day of the Girl Child, and every girl and everything, every purpose. I pray that it goes forth, because this world operates with 2 individuals, men and women, and we cannot honor and we cannot do the work without collaboration. But on the 11th of October, I want you all to make sure you honor the girl children in your life. Have a great time. Thanks, Mr. Fluent. See you next Lyrical Therapy.